Hello everyone. Here we would like to write a program about bank account management. Here we would like to create a bank account class with methods to deposit, withdraw, and display the balance. Here is my class, and the name of the here is my class. The name of the class is bank account. In the private part, I have two variables, one string called owner and one double called balance. In the public part, I have a constructor called bank account. How do I know that it's a constructor? Because it has the same name as the class name. So it's a constructor and it takes name and initial balance. So two arguments is going to be taken, and then it is going to assign name to the owner variable, which is in the private part, and also initialize the initial balance to the balance variable. So whenever we create an object of this class, automatically the constructor is being built. However, with the creation of object, we need to pass two arguments as well. Then the first argument is the name assigned to the owner variable, and the second argument is going to be the initial balance, which is going to be assigned to the balance variable that are in the private part. So this constructor is going to help us to have these variables being assigned. Then we are having one function that is called deposit, and it's of void type, so it's not going to return anything. So it is going to just show a message to us. And when we call this function, we need to only have one argument that is of double type. And basically it is going to take the balance and add that amount money that we are entering to the already existing balance. So this code equals amount exactly equals this code, balance plus amount. Okay, so the amount, for example, is being set, so the balance is being set with the constructor. So for example, let's say 100 is the initial balance, and then we are calling the deposit function with the argument of 500. So 500 plus 100, the balance will be 600, and basically this part is equal to this part. They are the same. It depends on what you want to choose. And then we are going to show this message saying that we deposited, for example, $500 in the bank account. Okay. We are going to go through it with numerical examples as well, but I'm just now trying to explain the code. Then we are having a void function here that named withdraw, and it is going to get as argument one double called amount. Okay, here when we want to have the withdraw, we check to see if the amount is lower than the balance, lower than or equal than the balance of the account. So if we have, for example, 600 in the bank account, and we would like to withdraw, for example, 200, we check to see if 200 is lower than the balance of our account, which is 600, for example, and then reduce that amount from the balance. Okay, so this line is going to say amount equals 600 minus 200, so now amount equals 400. So this is basically what we are going to do, and show this message to the user withdraw and show that this amount was withdrawn. However, if the amount is not lower than or equal to balance, it means that the amount is larger than balance. So we cannot withdraw some amount of money from our bank account if the amount is larger than the balance. So we are going to show this message insufficient balance if this has happened. And finally, we are having another void function called display balance. And using this function, we are going to show the name of the owner that was initialized using the bank account constructor, using the constructor of this class, and then the balance in the output. So this is what our class is going to do. Here in the main part, I'm having an object called account created from the bank account class. And because we have a constructor and the constructor has two arguments, when we are creating the object, we need to have two arguments. The first one was the name and the second one was the initial balance of our bank account. So I would say, for example, John Doe is the name of the account holder, and I would like to mention that the initial balance in his bank account is $1,000, for example. Okay, so this is how I'm creating an object, and automatically this constructor is activated. When it is activated, it is going to assign John Doe to the owner variable, which is a string, and 1000 to the balance variable of the bank account. Okay, so now by creating the object, we are having an instance that Mr. John Doe is the owner of the account and has $1,000 in his bank account. So the balance equals 1000 now. Okay, balance equals 1000. Then I use this object account to call the functions from this class. So the deposit function is called and 200 is the argument. So when the deposit function is called, we are showing this message in the output saying that, okay, $200 was deposited in the bank account, but we are going to also have the balance plus the deposited amount. So now balance equals 1,200. Okay. After that, we are going to call the withdraw function with $150. So the withdraw function is called. First, we check the amount, which is 150, with the balance. So 150 is lower than 1200. Yes, it's true. This statement is true. 150 is lower than 1200. Therefore, this statement is true, and therefore this part of the code is going to be executed. So 150 is going to be reduced from that to 1200. So 1200 minus 150, we are going to have balance equal to $1,050. Okay. Then after that, I'm calling the display balance function, which is going to show the account holder and the balance in the account. So when I run this code, we see the message deposit 200. So the deposit 200 is being printed out in the output. Why it is being printed out in the output? Because we call the deposit function. So the deposit function with this argument is called, and then the deposited message in this part is being shown in the terminal. Then the withdraw function is called with the argument of 150, and 150 is lower than the current balance, which is 1200. Therefore, this statement is true. Therefore, we are going to reduce it from the balance, and this message is being shown in the output, withdrawal of $150. And finally, when we are calling the display balance function, here the owner and the balance is being shown in the output. So the owner is John Doe because when we were creating the object, we mentioned the name to be John Doe, and the balance is $1,050. So this is what we expected to see here after doing the deposit and withdraw. So this is how we can have a class for bank account management, and we can have different input, and based on the deposit amount and the withdrawal amount, we are going to have different output here in the program. Thank you for watching.